Welcome back to Art with Jimmy. I'm Jimmy, aka Jimmy in Georgia. Today, I came up with a new challenge for myself. I'm calling this the Pokemon Cards Art Challenge. I was at the Dollar Tree, saw they had some Pokemon Sun and Moon Crimson Invasion card packs for $1. Obviously, it's Dollar Tree. And they had 3 cards inside, and I was like, well, I could buy one of those. I actually bought 2. I could open it up, and whatever Pokemon are inside, I could create a sketch of the 3 Pokemon in some sort of a little scene. The card pack was not tampered with prior to the video. I didn't have any foreknowledge of which Pokemon I would get. And so here, I've opened up the pack of cards. I got the Pumpkaboo, which is a basic card with the 60 hit point. I got the Phoebus, which is another basic card with a hit point of 30. And Emolga, hit point of 60, another basic Pokemon card. I don't have a vast knowledge of Pokemon. I'm not like a historian or a collector. I know Pikachu, I know Charmander, Bulbasaur, Mew. You know, there's a few that I'm familiar with. I definitely can spot a Pokemon if I see it. But here we got 3. And I started off with the first one, the Pumpkaboo. It is a pumpkin Pokemon type. These cards actually have lots of little information here. Its height is 1 foot 4 inches. Its weight is 11 pounds. Its talent or attack, I guess, is Astonish. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card and shuffles it into their deck. So I guess they lose a card. Oh, it looks like this even includes who illustrated this piece, which is interesting. It says illustration Mika Tonaka. That's kind of cool. And then underneath at the very bottom, we do learn also the pumpkin body is inhabited by a spirit trapped in this world. As the sun sets, it becomes restless and active. And speaking of that part where the sun sets, actually I could have made a better drawing now that I reread that and think about it a little bit more. I was just thinking the sunset's nighttime, so I made this a nighttime scene. I could have made a cool little sunset. I didn't even think of that. That would have made it more interesting. Well, better luck to me, I guess, with Pokemon Cards Art Challenge 2. So I sketched out this with my Prismacolor Color Erase blue pencils, non-photo blue, and then I've been coloring it with my Copic markers, and then here I'm outlining with my Sakura Pigma Micron 08. It's got archival ink, and I really like these as far as fine liners go. Alright, so next up, we finished up Pumpkaboo. We move over to Phoebus. And this here again has more information on the card. It is a fish Pokemon. Its height is 2 feet. Its weight is 16.3 pounds. And its little effect or whatever here on the card is Splashing Dodge. Flip a coin. If heads, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage, done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. That's pretty good power to have. And then underneath we do also learn the illustration was done by Hitoshi Ariga. Again, I think that's awesome. They're giving credit for that. And then we learn also that this is a tough Pokemon that is perfectly fine even in dirty water. However, due to its ragged, shabby appearance, it isn't popular. So, not the popular Pokemon here. And here in my little video, my art challenge that I've kind of created, I'm sketching out these Pokemon with a non-photo blue pencil. I'm going back over with my Copic markers first. And then I'm doing my line work afterwards, which is kind of backwards the way I usually do it. But I find here lately, for whatever reason, maybe I'm not letting the ink dry long enough or something, I get a lot of smudges. When I go and I draw, I ink, and then I color. So here lately, for certain drawings, I draw, I color, then I ink. And that seems to work out better, not every time, but a lot of times. So that's what I'm doing here, which is, again, not my normal process. But I think it's effective. Here's I'm using a lot of light colors, and I didn't want yellow. It's notorious for me for smudging, and I didn't want that to happen. I decided I need to add some water to this drawing since it's a fish, and so I kind of fill in the bottom third of the page or so with some blue tones, and I definitely give some darker blue tones to give it a little bit of a shadow of the rest of Phoebus there underneath the water. Go back over with my Uniball Signo UM153. It's like a white ink. As far as I can tell, I guess it's Japanese. It has Japanese characters on it. Go back over and do that with some of the ripples in the water, and I go back later and use it for part of the night sky. Okay, and as we wrap up with Phoebus, I move over into Emolga, and I assume I'm saying that right. I might be saying it incorrectly. If you're a Pokemon fan, you may correct me, and that's okay. So Emolga is cute. Honestly, kind of reminds me of a flying Pikachu here. It is a sky squirrel Pokemon. Its height is 1 feet 4 inches. Its weight is 11 pounds. It has 2 different little things on its card. Energy Catch says, put 3 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand, which sounds like a good plan. And then also Volt Switch. Switch this Pokemon with one of your benched electric Pokemon. And then here again, it gives us the illustration. Was done by, this one is a little more complicated name, Kajimaru Himino. So again, if I'm butchering their name, sorry to the artist. And then we learn about Emolga. It glides using its cape-like membrane. Electrical energy scatters from it, shocking its friends and foes alike. Okay, and as we wrap up with Emolga there, as I mentioned earlier with Pumpkaboo, I wanted to go in and do some background based on the fact that Pumpkaboo only comes around at night, and I have no indication that the other two couldn't be in daytime or nighttime, so I assume night would be okay for them. I went in with one of the markers I don't really use very often. It's one of the Bria Reese markers. It's alcohol-based ink, similar to the Copic markers, but not the same. Okay, and so there we have a kind of a finished piece here of the Pokemon Card Art Challenge, where I've taken Pumpkaboo, Phoebus, and Emolga, threw them together in a scene. So you can follow me on social media on Twitter and Instagram at Jimmy and Jordan to see more of my artwork. You can also subscribe to the channel by clicking right up here. Here's one of my recent videos that you might enjoy. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time.